I just wanted to make a video real fast um, about something that kind of makes me smile, makes me laugh. Um, God is funny. God is funny. He is. Um, uh, God knew that I would hit a point. I would eventually hit a point where I would be defending Jesus openly. I would eventually hit this point. It kind of makes me smile. You know what I mean? Kind of makes me laugh. Who would have thought? You know. But here I am doing it. You know. And not just defending one thing about Jesus, defending everything, everything said about Jesus, everything. And I mean everything. Even what he's doing at this moment in time, everything. He didn't just die and disappear. No. Get what I mean? He's active beyond his history in the Bible. He's still active. You know what I mean? He is. So, but yeah. Anything about Jesus, I'm here to defend, pretty much. Suffering for humanity, that's legit. He did that. I don't care what anybody says. No man could do that. No man could suffer the sins of humanity. And not just the sins, everything else. Diseases, you name it. Jesus went through it too, as well. Anything you can think of, Jesus went through it. No man could have done that. No man. I don't care. Did he have a body like a man? Yeah. But no man could have suffered the sins of humanity. No man could have. No ordinary man. No. That's why I'm here to defend. Stuff that's obvious to me isn't obvious to others. That's what God knows. What's obvious to me is not obvious to others. Yeah, that's what I'm realizing. Uh, you know what I mean? Because God knows. I figured this out. Like, I'm the only human that tested Jesus in every area. Pretty much every area I tested Jesus in every different areas. I even documented it on my path, testing his nobility, his he cannot lie, um, testing his suffering, testing his ability to heal me from uh, sins, forgive me for sins, cleanse me, you name it, molding me, his leadership, um, everything, you know. God knows it. Nobody wanted to know the truth like me. No, more than just reading the Bible once. More than just that. You know? Like I said, I tested Jesus before I read one page of the Bible. Like really read the Bible. Like really cared about the Bible. I tested Jesus first. The validity of him. You know what I mean? Was he what everyone said he was? Does he know me? Everything. You know what I mean? Did he live my life as if he suffered my life back in the day? Did he talk to the camera like this at this time? Get what I mean? That exact. So I don't mess around. I don't. Everybody else can just take what they like from the Bible and decipher it like the way they like it, but no one tested it like me. No. Yeah, test Jesus first, because if he's false, the Bible's false, in my opinion. So that's what I did. I started with Jesus as far as testing the truth. Started with him, and then I started to learn the Bible after that. You know what I mean? To to get more truth on top of what I discovered myself. You know what I mean? But it just made me laugh. You know what I mean? Here I am defending Jesus in my lifetime. I'm openly defending Jesus. I am. The different things he did: healing the blind, casting out demons into the swine, the loaves of bread, everything he did, even the stuff that's not mentioned in the Bible. And he did more than that they mention in the Bible. And it says that in the Bible. He did more than what's documented. Yeah, no ordinary man could do those things. So that alone, you know what I mean? Just that aspect. Not just the suffering of your life. You know what I mean? But I think I figured it out. People want to disprove Jesus because they don't want to look in the mirror. They don't. Everyone sins. You name it. Whatever your sin is, you know, laziness, slothfulness, gluttony, you know, whatever the sin may be. And there's many sins on this earth. No one wants to look at themselves in the mirror, examine themselves. That's why there's such an onslaught to disprove, in my opinion. Even I tried to disprove Jesus so I didn't have to change. Even I did. So I wouldn't have to change. As you can see, I'm changing. But anyways, God saw this coming. He did. God the Father saw this coming. He did. Yeah. Because he can see the future. He knew eventually I would defend Jesus. Despite my issues with Jesus, eventually I would defend him against everyone. Yeah. You think the warfare was bad before? Just wait. Just wait. I'm actually defending him for real. Just wait. Yep. So be it, you know what I mean? Crucify me like Peter. Who cares? I don't want to be here anyways. Does it look like I want to be on the earth with you? No. Maybe some of you. For the most part, I don't want to be here. It's obvious. Everyone knows. I kind of want to be here more than before. But most people just know I just want to get twinkled out of here. Like Enoch. I did. But since I'm not, make the best of it. Cause some waves, you know what I mean? Nothing stirs up the feathers of people than defending Jesus. Nothing does. Nothing does. Isn't that interesting? Nothing stirs up everyone's feathers like defending Jesus. Nothing does. That's what I've noticed, and God knows it as well. I knew it was coming. God knew it was coming as well. Yeah. I thought about the onslaught I took without defending Jesus. Most of my life I took onslaught without even defending Jesus. Think of the onslaught now. Think of the onslaught now that I'm defending him. It's going to be insane. But I'm a little stronger now, man. God made sure I was strong enough to this point to when I would be defending Jesus, I'd be strong enough, you know what I mean, to take on the onslaught. Because it's a real thing, you know. You defend Jesus openly. A lot of onslaughts come your way, and that's no accident. No accident. Could I take the easy way out and say Jesus was just nobody, some man? Could I take the easy way out? Yeah, I could. But the onslaught would be against me still, even though I know he's more than a man. You get what I mean? Even I'm more than I appear. People think I'm just a man. Even I'm more than I appear. I am. God knows it. It's no secret. So the fact that Jesus was more than he appeared is not some big thing to me. It's not a big thing to me. You know. And I thought about this as well. Why Jesus is called the only begotten Son. You know what I mean? Not you are the only begotten Son. Not me is the only begotten Son. Jesus is the only begotten Son. That means something. It does. Right there, that statement, only begotten Son. You know what I mean? Because everyone's like, oh, I'm a son of God. I'm a son of God. But you're not the only begotten Son. To me, that's like a closer offspring of God. A closer offspring. That's how I see it. A closer offspring of God. The only begotten Son. Only offspring, real offspring. True. You know, putting God within the body of Jesus. That's how I see it. Yeah. That's what I thought about today. The only begotten Son. That's one. One begotten. One. One begotten Son of God. Not you, not me, not anybody else. Just Jesus alone. Only begotten. That means something. It does. It means he's a lot closer to the Father than the rest of us. That's how I see it. Way closer to the Father than the rest of us. As far as offspring goes, as far as, connection with God the Father. That's how I see it. That's what I determined today. So I think I'm right about that. But yeah, God the Father knew this would come. It was supposed to come. It was. To me defending Jesus openly for real. You name it. Anything that Jesus did, you name it, defend it. It's one of the reasons I'm here, I think. Because a lot of people don't know that. They don't know the legitimacy of Jesus. They don't. That's why there's a lot of hate towards all of it. There's an onslaught about it. That's what it's all about. It's all about that. There's a reason why he was the most hated individual that's ever walked the earth. There's a reason for that. No ordinary man would be that hated. No ordinary man. That's another reason. No ordinary man would be hated as much as Jesus. That alone. That alone. He's been hated for 2,000 something years. A man hated that long? Nah. No ordinary man's hated for that long. For that long, I don't care who it is. Muhammad wasn't even hated for that long, if he was ever hated. Buddha wasn't even hated for that long. Who else? Alexander the Great wasn't hated that. I don't know. I'm just naming names. The big names of this earth, they weren't hated as much as Jesus. There's a reason for that. He's legit. He's legit. Yeah. More than just some man yet. But even though he's more than just some man, I'm still trying to figure out he does a lot of things right now. He does. For sure. He still serves the Father. He does. But he's not a man. You know what I mean? It's not like a man serving the Father right now. Get what I mean? That's what I'm trying to figure out. He's part of the Trinity. He is. I don't know. I haven't discovered everything yet. There's a lot to discover. The truth is. But I have discovered it to this point. Enough to defend some of the things of Jesus back in the day. I can defend it. I've experienced enough to be able to defend some of the things of Jesus. The suffering, especially. The suffering, especially. I can defend that 100%. 100%. His honor, his nobility, his perseverance, There's a lot. There's a lot, for sure. His leadership, his there's a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot. There's a lot to Jesus. He's more than just some savior. You know? He's more than that. Yeah. That's one of the things. That's one of his roles. To save you from whatever it may be. To save you. Whatever you're struggling with. You know? Like I said, he's still saving me. He is. He's saving me from the things I struggle with. Still. He's still saving me. For sure. The things I don't know how to resolve through anyone else except for with him. Give it a minute. But anyways, that's not what this video's about. It's about God saw this coming a mile away. That's what this is about. And it kind of made me laugh today. I'm like, I'm actually defending Jesus for real, openly. I'm actually defending Jesus for real, openly. I never thought this day would come. I didn't. But it's a little easier because Jesus fought for me first before I'm starting to defend him now. You know what I mean? Get what I mean? He's been braver than me, for sure, before I started defending him to right now. You know what I mean? That's another thing about Jesus. He fights for people. He does. He fights for those that God loves. You know what I mean? He fights for people. You know, people that think that no one cares about him. Jesus fights for them. You know, he does. The lost sheep. You know what I mean? I still kind of feel lost, but not as lost as I used to. You know? So he's brought me quite a ways. I don't feel as lost. You know, in the kingdom. You know, I don't feel as lost as before. And growing up, I got really confused. You know, I got really confused. I wasn't taught correctly. You know, so God's helping me clear things up. You know, about the real truth about stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, but most people don't care about Jesus. They just care about themselves. It's obvious, you know. So if one person cares about Jesus, that means something. It does. In a world like this, if you care about Jesus, that means something. Defend Jesus openly. Even if I don't understand why, I don't know, certain things about the Trinity, I do know a lot of legitimacy to what Jesus did. I know a lot of things. He backs it up. You know what I mean? What he did. So he backs it up. So yeah. I'm sure it will clear. Everything will become more clear when he's on the earth. You know, a lot will be more clear. Yeah, well, when Jesus is on the earth, things will make more sense. You know, because this world, the world of the devil, doesn't make any sense. It's a confusing world, and Satan made it that way to be confusing. So, yeah. But the real God is not about confusion. That's why he's trying to clear things up with me, you know, slowly. From lies to the real truth. Still on the road to the real truth. Still am, in a way. But I do know a lot of different things. I know enough to defend Jesus, to some extent. I know enough. So that's all I'll say for this video. Yeah. Never thought this day would come, but God foresaw it. He did. Defending Jesus openly. Yeah. God foresaw it. For sure. Yeah. Because a lot of this way I wasn't defending him. I was just testing him. I was testing Jesus. I was. So, but I've tested him enough to defend. I have. He's pretty solid, in a lot of areas. He's pretty solid. So that's all I'll say. I'm not exactly sure about his role in his entire role to God the Father. What his role to the Father is exactly, right now. I'm not really sure. I know some of the things. I know some of his roles. I know some of it. So, yeah. Like I said, I won't even have to defend anything. If Jesus just came in the second coming, like right now, he just came in the second coming, like right now, I wouldn't have to defend anything. Everybody like, okay, okay, we can see, okay, Jesus is still going. He's still going. We can see it. But that hasn't happened, so here I am, defending by myself. You know what I'm saying? It's part of my road. It's part of my training. It is. It's the next part of my training, Take a stand, basically, in a way. Instead of just, like, shying away, because I don't want to be crucified like Peter, basically. Shying away, basically. But oh well. Let the hate come. Let the hate come. That's all I'll say for this video. I just found it funny. God has a sense of humor. God has a sense of humor. He does. He knew this point would come eventually. Eventually, he knew I'd be defending Jesus. Eventually. Like, for real. God bless him for seeing the future. God bless the Father for seeing the